Welcome everyone. My name is Brian Alio, General Manager of Operations here at Roberts Seafood, and thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedule to mark this special occasion for Roberts Seafood, the Roberts Seafood family, the Roberts family, as well as our employees and our customers. It's a milestone we're very proud of. We've got a couple announcements today, but first I'm going to have the Mayor Langfelder, come up, and he's going to have a presentation here. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Brian. And today marks a special day for Springfield and the Robert family. 100 years being in the business, it really shows you the importance of family and those that can work together evidently stay together, so we really appreciate it. And it shows the strength of our community, but we really value the Robert family tradition and picking Springfield as their home, and we can't thank you enough for being part of Springfield, making our community as best a community as it can be. So thank you for that. We congratulate you on the 100th anniversary. And with that, I'll present you with a proclamation on behalf of the City of Springfield, the City Council, and myself. And it reads, whereas we gather today to commend and commemorate a locally owned, independent, fourth-generation, family-owned business celebrating its 100th anniversary in 2016, and whereas Roberts Seafood Market has strived to provide customers with extraordinary experience through supreme quality foods and unmatched personalized service since it opened its doors a century ago, many generations ago, right?
Many generations.
And whereas Roberts Seafood Market was founded in 1916 by Henry Roberts Sr. as a small retail market selling fresh seafood, meats, and groceries in downtown Springfield at the corner of Washington Street and 7th Street, and whereas Roberts Seafood grew and expanded into wholesale, and on a risk, Mr. Robert invested in a large freezer space and became the first person in the Midwest to carry the new revolutionary product of frozen bird's eye in the 1930s, which dramatically grew the business, and whereas through the mid-20th century, the business continued to grow, and Mr. Roberts' two sons, Henry, Hank Jr., and Dean Sr., moved the business to its current location at 1615 West Jefferson in December 1966. And whereas national changes in food business occurred, the business sold the wholesale division to Sysco in 2005 and returned Roberts Seafood back to its original founding of a standalone retail market. And whereas the current retail business has doubled in volume since 2006 and is growing stronger every year because of the local Springfield community, their quality vendors and partners, and above all else, their customers. And whereas we greatly appreciate Dean Robbie Robert Jr. and his wife Pam and their entire family for Roberts Seafood positive economic impact, hiring and retaining several hundred employees over the last decade alone, and whereas Roberts Seafood Market continues to stand on its company promise, which is not to disappoint. And because of this promise, we are confident that they will carry into the next century as the best source for seafood, meat, and associate food products in Central Illinois. Now, therefore, I, James O. Langfelder, Mayor of the City of Springfield, Illinois, do hereby proclaim that Wednesday, November 30th, 2016 shall be Roberts Seafood Market Day, and we thank you on behalf of the City Council and the citizens of Springfield for all you do for our community. So thank you very much. Congratulations.
Oh my. I don't know how I follow that up, but the history is pretty accurate. And I appreciate it, Mayor. A couple comments. We're only here because our customers in Springfield have supported us for over 100 years. And I can't thank anybody more than the citizens of Springfield, really. That's where it starts. And my family, my wife, my daughter, Andrea, is the fourth generation to commit to the business. She's right here. My other daughter, Emily, and my granddaughter. I've recently got a granddaughter, and we're glad she's here to join us. But as the mayor said, 12 years ago, we sold the wholesale division to Sysco, which moved to Lincoln, and we were very concerned about the viability of this business to make it as a standalone business. And Brian Alio joined us at the time, and Tom Sullivan back here has been with us for about 14 years now, Tom?
Something like that.
Something like that. They worked hard and grew this business to double the size it was when we left here in 2004. And my daughter Andrea joined our company about 5 years ago, and she's a big part of what's going on here right now. And I'm just thrilled to death to be able to stand here and tell you that we're thrilled about the future for Roberts Seafood. And actually, somewhat of a surprise, and I haven't even talked to the mayor about this yet, but we want to announce we are going to build a brand new building on the west side of this building. And my architect worked till 10 o'clock last night to give us a little preview. And here's what the next building's going to look like. Something like that. So Andrea and her family can grow the business in that building and go for the next 50 years. It's somewhat ironic. Next week, on December 12th, my father's, would have been his 95th birthday, we moved into this building 50 years ago. And we were downtown Springfield, as the mayor said. In 1944, we built the new building, which is pictured over here in 1944. Moved out here in 1966, and next week it'll be 50 years in this building. And so we think we will sustain in the next 50 years over here in the Hill. I'm not sure what we'll call it, Roberts on the Hill or something, but we're really excited about expanding our product lines and in a brand new building that will be built specifically for the business that we're in, and we're thrilled to be a part of Springfield. So thank you so much. Really appreciate you all coming out today to support us.